We're here in their adventures and welcome to our channel. Today we are showing our setup of our 2011 F-150 camper truck that we converted ourselves. It took us about 6 weeks, but we took this 8-foot box and contractor's cab and we made it into our own stealth vehicle that we'll be able to take camping with us. So here's our setup. Please like and subscribe if you like this kind of video. So now let's take you on a tour. We have these two side windows that we can open up. And both sides we have. The other side we actually have a mosquito netting on. Here's the inside of our truck. And we will show you how we get in. Welcome to our truck. So starting with the doors, we have these two shelves we installed. They are both pop-up shelves. So this kind of gives us a little bit more room to cook when we're outside, and this shelf actually works on the inside, so we like to use that when we have everything shut up. Here we have our Berserker axe. Beside here we have two little, actually just one little holder, and we can put our solar lights, or we do have tiki lights as well that we like to light up. So it just kind of gives us an extra little lighting situation. Up top here we have our speakers. They're connected to the radio we have in there, so we can really blast our music. And these shelves just pop right back down. So on this side we have our machete, just in case of the zombie apocalypse that is going to happen, or just a weapon, whatever we need. Up here we have our wine rack. Here we have our other light holder that we can put our solar lights or our tiki torches in. We have our other speaker as well. And all of the truck itself is finished with pine, and it is all insulated with 1-inch styrofoam as well. On top of our truck, we have homemade roof racks that allow us to carry our canoe. And on the other side, we have two 100-watt Renogy solar panels that are also attached to this roof rack. On the back of the truck, we have two LED spotlights that we installed. Both of these lights are super bright. They are both on switches. On top of the LED lights, we have our DIY awning. It was very cheap to make, and it was really handy to have when we got stuck in a thunderstorm and a couple times with the rain. So we're very happy that we made that for the truck. So on the inside of our truck here, we have hatches underneath our mattress. And on our very first hatch here, this is what holds our bathroom. This is purely just an emergency toilet. But we do have a Reliance lid, we have toilet paper, and some other hygienic things that we might need. So this is just our emergency bathroom. Hopefully we'll never have to use. Beside that hatch, we have extra storage space that sits right on top of our drawer. Both of these hatches allow us to store our clothes, our electronics, and actually this back hatch here, we like to store our water as well. In this middle hatch here, we have our DC refrigerator / freezer, whichever mode you like to use it in, as well as our 2,000-watt pure sine wave inverter. In this hatch right here, we have our battery bank. It is 4 95 amp hour deep cycle batteries. They are all wired together, so they are just one big battery bank now. We have our charge controller for our solar panels. We have also everything wired to a shunt, and all of our negatives go to there. So that will now record our battery power and our battery monitor. Everything hooked onto there runs directly to our monitor. I'll light that up if I can. There we go. Right now it's showing that we're pulling in 5.6 to 5.8 amps of solar. Now in this button we can check our battery percentage, which is nice because actually yesterday we were at 96, so it's really kind of pumping it up from the sun right now. This has our amps coming in, our total amps that we have all together, and this is what our volts are. So very handy. We're super happy to have that. Just we can keep an eye on everything then. This hatch here we just use for random storage, as well as this hatch here we also use for random storage. So that cover that we showed you also matches up with this one. So the propane, we have our coffee maker, and we have our garbage. And a little broom and dustpan on the back of this here. So right above the bed, we have storage space. These are our cupboards. We just added them to give us just a little bit extra more room to put our things, just because storage space in the truck is limited. Starting off on this cupboard, we have the radio. The radio and the lights are both on switches. This is just a switch for our LEDs. But here's the radio switch. We can just turn that on here, give us a little bit of power, and it's just static coming from the speakers right there. But we do have them on switches just so they don't get a parasitic draw throughout and ruin our batteries. But we'll just turn that off, make sure that's all shut down. So underneath the radio, we have our first cupboard, just filled with manuals and a bit of random things that we have procured over the time. Here as well, we just have some random storage things, as well as our guide wires, some umbrellas. We have just a couple of these bungee cords to keep the doors open and things like that. This cupboard here, we just have some extra storage space that we like to put some clothes, smaller things that we can just grab, or things that we use on the regular. This cupboard here, we have extra storage space. We do like to put our charging unit in there so we can charge our phones and electronics. Moving on to the other side of the truck, we have more storage space. This is more my side of the truck. So I like to keep clothes. We keep our projection screen, which is just a white sheet, and our projector in there as well. We like to set that up in the truck so we can watch a little bit of TV. Here I have it currently empty, but this is where I like to keep my makeup and products like that. Here we like to keep our food, little knickknacks, and just extra storage space there too. And in this cupboard here, this is our coffee station. We keep our coffee, our tea bags, our coffee mate, and our water here. We like to use this water jug, especially for the coffee in the morning. We just like to fill it up. It just makes it easier, especially when you're just waking up in the morning. You don't want to have to deal with that. But we are able to use our percolator because we do have the 2000 watt inverter. So we just like to turn that on, get the coffee going without much thought in the morning, and everything is nice and ready for us to wake up to. So moving on to our lighting situation, inside of our cupboards, they are all lined with LED lights. We do like to use these. They do pull a little bit more amps than our ceiling lights do, but we do like to use them at nighttime. It's just a little bit of a dimmer light, so it kind of is a nice reading light or whatever light you kind of want it to be. But these lights are all lined throughout each of the cubbies, throughout the whole truck. And the other lights that we like to use are our ceiling lights. These lights are just puck lights that we installed onto our pine slats on the ceiling. We have 6 of them in total, and they light up extremely bright in here. And we also have these lights as well on a little switch just right over here, right beside our heads when we go to sleep, and we can just flick it on and off. So right here is our couch mode for our truck. So we actually made these out of 6-inch memory foam, and we just put some coverings on them ourselves. So we keep it this way in the daytime so we can kind of access everything around. But yeah, so this is how we like to sit. And this bed will transform into a queen size. It's like the full width.
Here we just have a couple of mats on here to keep the floor clean, reasonably clean actually, when we're getting in and out. Put our shoes here. But for the interest of this video, we're just going to whip these off for now.
They're very dirty.
Yeah, they are. But anyway, I just pull this out, and it actually is attached to our freezer or our fridge at the other end. So I can actually access our fridge a little easier now. Don't want to get at that, whatever, without having to climb in and lift everything up. I have this little, it's just a paint for painting, an extender, like an adjustable one. We put it underneath that if we want to use it as a table. The chair is up, and then we have a table right here. We use this as our tabletop. It's all dirty right now. But
our table is our floor.
Pardon me?
Our table is our floor.
Yeah, our floor is now our table. But anyway, the idea of multi-use stuff. or finding different ways to use things. You just shove it back in, the fridge disappears now. Over here we have our drawer. I'm just going to throw our little curtains up here, like obviously. We just pull the drawer out. It's actually 8 feet long. On right here we actually have a drawer that we pull out. There's actually like knives and forks, you know, knives, everything else, kitchen utensils. We can shut this a little bit, and then we have this on a hinge, so we can pull it down, shut the drawer, so we have a little more space to open up our stove. Gives us a little more cooking room, or put utensils here while you're working, or spices or whatever. This here we use as a countertop, but it's also the lid for underneath. We have you know, paper towels, paper plates, oven mitts, like our spices, ketchup, all that kind of stuff, plates, etc. Now on the other side we have the craft dinner, stuff like that, pots and pans. Like, we actually have water in back. It is 8 feet long though, it's the full length of the truck, this whole rig. And close everything back up. We do most of our cooking right here on this one, but we also do it inside when we're still camping on a butane one. We'll show you that in a second. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, to close it back up, push it back in, and there we go.
Well, that was our entire truck tour, and we really hope you like this video.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's going to serve us well, so
we hope.
Yeah, we hope. So please like and subscribe, comment, and we hope to see you in the next video. Bye! Ah! Ladybug.